section 2 from module 3, looking at factor by grouping. So this is when you have three or more terms, right? So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. So we got 6 terms. So we kind of want to put them in even grouping. So we maybe put like the first 3 together or something where they have in common, right? So I want to put 3 together on one side, separated by addition, and then the other 3 on the other side, separated by addition. So what I want is something that they're all kind of similar. So I have a 14ax squared, so I want to look for any ax squareds in here. I don't have any more ax squareds because I would be able to combine like terms, but I do have another x squared right here, right? So I want to put those together because that tells me that I can factor out that x squared, right? And is there any other x squareds right here? I have another x squareds. So I can't combine like terms because it's a ax squared, a bx squared, and a cx squared. But I can factor out an x squared, right? And then look at the numbers. Can I factor out any numbers, right? So look at that. I could probably factor out a 7. So a 7x squared I can factor out. So I get left with, remember when I say factor out, I just mean division. 14 divided by 7 is 2. A divided by 1 is just a, and x squared divided by x squared is 1. 28 divided by 7 is 4. B divided by 1 is b. X squared divided by x squared is just 1. Negative 35 divided by 7 is negative 5. And then c divided by 1 is c. And then no x squared because x squared divided by x squared is 1. Okay, now I put the other 3 on the other side. So I took care of these. All right, now let's go ahead and take care of my last 3. Put those together. And as you can see, there is something common in there. Negative by, and then plus 20cy, and negative 8ay. So they all have a y in it, right? I can also factor out 4 out of all 3 of these. So I can factor out and then maybe a negative, because what I want is this parenthesis and this next parenthesis to be the exact same, right? So I want a 2a. So an way to get a 2a there is to factor out a negative 4y from this one, and I would get a 2a, right? Divide that by negative 4y. That would cancel, and I would get a 2, right? Because I want these parentheses to be the same. So I need to factor out a negative 4y from all these. So divided by negative 16by divided by negative 4y is a positive 4, or positive 4b. And then 20cy divided by negative 4y is a negative 5c. So we can see those are both the same. So now I can go ahead and factor out these 2 sets of parentheses. So I factor those on the outside, 2a plus 4b minus 5c. And I get left with, when those can't factor out, they kind of cancel out, right? And so I get left with a 7x squared minus 4y. Because when I factor, the answer is multiplication, right? That's why this is on the outside, multiplication, when I factored out 7x squared. Okay, and there I go. So there is my answer. One thing to think about is this question right here. How do you look at inside the parentheses after factoring out the GCF, each by grouping? So when you factor by grouping, what must be true about the expressions inside the parentheses?